the Global Digital Compact, and the Declaration on Future Generations. So what exactly is this pact for the future? Well, according to the United Nations, it covers a wide array of themes, including peace and security, sustainable development, climate change, digital cooperation, aka clamping down on free speech, human rights, gender equality, youth and future generations. It also focuses on transforming global governance to better address these challenges. Global governance, you say? Well, I didn't vote for anyone's prime minister but my own, and I certainly don't want one that is imposed upon me from another country. Have a look at a clip from the UN General Assembly where the Pact for the Future was adopted.
The commitments embodied in the Pact and its annexes reflect the collective will of member states and must guide our actions and encourage us to promote international peace and security, invigorate implementation of the Sustainable Development Goals, foster just and inclusive societies, and ensure that technologies always serve the common good of humankind. We must move forward together in a spirit of solidarity and multilateral cooperation.
As you can see, world leaders are, on the surface at least, committed to this vision. But it is not possible to achieve these utopian ideals without a deliberate, perhaps forceful, redistribution of food, goods, property, and rights.
How do you know that these agendas are coming for 2030?
They are saying it in their own words. If you listen to Elon Musk telling you that, we're going to have more robots than humans, and we need to buy. And his robots are called legions, and he wants to merge humans with machine. And if he merge humans with machine, he needs to do it the good way so that machines don't take over. And you listen to Klaus Schwab, Yuval Noah, Bill Gates, they're all talking about it. So there is an Agenda 2030 on the World Economic Forum website. You can go pull it up and listen and look at it. It's not a conspiracy theory. And that Agenda 2030 is for human beings to become Human 2.0. They want all of us to be virtual machines. They don't want people to be regular humans anymore.
This is on the website.
Yes, it's like you can practically just Google it, Agenda 2030.
This is the neural chip. It's going to allow us to communicate with telepathy, with people, and with robots. No, thank you. I'm here at the Museum of the Future in Dubai. This right here, this system, is the first payment implant under your skin for contactless payment. There's a reason that Neo and John Connor tried to take out the robots of the future, because artificial intelligence is here. Yesterday I visited the Museum of the Future located in Dubai, which is architecturally stunning, but it's more of an immersive experience than a museum. The opening date on the space shuttle that you launch from is 2/22/2071 in the future. 222 is my son's birthday. Part of the exhibit was preserving life. They have 2,000 different species that are located in jars that are to extract DNA. It very much gave Jurassic Park vibes. Even had an octopus, or as I call Cousin Bubba the alien. They had fragments of actual spaceships in there. Here's me on NPC mode. One of the booths you could actually choose to take a mission to go to space, which I would do anytime, if space is even real. But getting back to what I said about robots trying to take over the future, this is a peregrine falcon along with a spider and the robot dog that are designed to collect data. And as you know, the peregrine falcon is the fastest bird in the world that they would use as drones. Now, it's a beautiful museum, and I was always fascinated by technology, but no.
Just as communism was never really about equality, this new version, which is deceptively called stakeholder capitalism, is not about equality either. This is Klaus Schwab's "you will own nothing and you will be happy" mantra. No, you won't. You'll be miserable, you'll be weak, you'll be obedient, but hopefully sufficiently angry to try and break free. The UN's Agenda 2030 is all about control. Leaders lacking empathy are not troubled by reducing humanity to a mere data set upon which they can keep tabs. And at that point, we, the people, are nothing more than a commodity which can be monetized. They claim that they are concerned about digital privacy, cybersecurity, and the digital divide. But whenever governments try to control the behemoth that is the online world, every road leads to the suppression of free speech and the ludicrous idea that someone somewhere in a lavishly glazed office can decide what is factual information and what is misinformation. The 2030 UN agenda, its endgame is control. Where and when you travel, what you eat, who you can see, what you can say.
So the latest in this dystopian outrage that is now all of China apparently is I once again cannot buy food. A couple days ago, my uncle and my cousin helped me get a cell phone that is linked to a Chinese bank card so that I could buy anything. But now, apparently, it has been flagged for some reason, and I have to pass facial recognition identity verification, which is insane, because all I want to do is just spend my gift card balance on this debit card.
You own nothing and you'll be happy. They want land to be confiscated and all kinds of stuff. People to eat lab-grown meat. It's crazy stuff that they have planned for humanity. And how are they going to achieve that? They're going to need disruptive events. That is why you could hear them talking about other pandemics, and there will be another pandemic. Right now, everything is ready. All they need is a disruptive event. If they do a disruptive event, and I've seen it, I've seen visions of this. Many people have seen it, and they are also planning it. They're talking about the next pandemics and stuff. So the issue is humanity is not ready. The church is not ready. People have to be prepared. That is why we're always sounding the alarm now and realize that their agenda is not over. They are still continuing their agenda. And the only thing that can truly cage humanity is disease, because people are afraid to die. Yeah. That's why I say that the first thing you have to do to be prepared is lose your fear of death. Remember, to live is Christ, to die is gain. The safest place for anybody to be on this earth right now is in Christ. When you're in Christ, there's no reason for you to be so scared to die that you're willing to be corrupted. 90% unemployment, that's what Elon Musk is saying. Imagine 90% unemployment, then universal high income.
I just came from an AI conference out west, and holy cow, they said to me that what we're going to see in the next 6 months outstrips what we've seen in the last 10 years because the rate of change is on a hockey stick and heading up. And I got to say, I'm pretty up to date on this stuff, and it blew my mind on some of the stuff I was seeing.
In terms of what? What did you see?
Well, there was one company that is selling autonomous coding for enterprises to big businesses, and their revenue is up 100-fold in the last 12 months. So if that continues, it's going to eat a lot of the tech budgets from major corporates that used to go to humans. And so you're seeing the employment of recent computer science graduates fall off a cliff from a lot of programs. If you rewind, 4 years ago, what would we tell young people for a secure career, learn to code? And now the opposite of that is true.
So where are you on jobs long term? Look,
Dario Amodei, the CEO of Anthropic, laid it out very clearly, and he's been doing so repeatedly. He's saying we're going to automate away up to 50% of entry-level white-collar jobs in the next several years, and I believe him. The easiest people to fire are the people you haven't hired yet, which again is why you see the hiring of recent college graduates heading down, and the underemployment rate over 50%. The unemployment rate among college graduates is now the same or higher than non-college graduates for the first time in history.
What would you say to those people? What should they be doing with their lives? Should they be retraining in something, or what time frame?
So that's the paradigm shift here. Before, we always said this job is going to be automated, retrained to do this other job. But if I'm telling you that all jobs will be automated, then there is no plan B. You cannot retrain.
Wow.
Look at computer science. 2 years ago, we told people, learn to code. You are an artist, you cannot make money, learn to code. Then we realized, AI kind of knows how to code and getting better. Become a prompt engineer. you can engineer prompts for AI. It's going to be a great job. Get a 4-year degree in it. But then we're like, AI is way better at designing prompts for our AIs than any human. So that's gone. So I can't really tell you right now. The hottest thing is design AI agents for practical applications. I guarantee you in a year or two, it's going to be gone just as well. So I don't think there is this occupation needs to learn to do this instead. I think it's more like we as a humanity, then we all lose our jobs.
What is around that corner, in your view?
So the economic part seems easy. If you create a lot of free labor, you have a lot of free wealth, abundance, things which are right now not very affordable become dirt cheap, and so you can provide for everyone basic needs.
Right, which would be a universal basic income, and that's what Elon Musk and all these other guys who are on the cutting edge of developing this stuff or have already developed this and leading the charge on this. This is what their solution is a universal basic income.
You've said in the future that no one's going to need to worry about money or work because AI is going to take care of the rest, AI and robotics. What do you mean that people won't have to work in the future?
Assuming the current trend of artificial intelligence and robotics continues, which seems likely, the AI and robots will be able to do anything that humans want them to do, essentially. So hopefully not more than that, but AI and robotics will be able to provide all the goods and services that anyone could possibly want.
So, but you wouldn't need to work? Like, what would you do with your free time?
People will be able to do whatever they want with their free time. Work will be optional. I just want to separate out from like what I wish would happen versus what I predict will happen, because people get confused about that. They think that what I predict will happen is what I want it to happen. Yeah. What I predict to happen is not the same as what I want to happen. If I could, I would certainly slow down AI and robotics, but I can't. It just seems to be, well, it's advancing at a very rapid pace, whether I like it or not.
Is AI what keeps you up at night?
It used to be. At this point, I don't know. I wouldn't say there's nothing particularly keeping me up at night right now, except that. But if you say why do I wake up in nightmares? Oh, AI, yeah. Actually, I've had a lot of AI nightmares.
And the point when we get to that is often called singularity, by analogy with physics.
All right, let's pause this because we're going to read this together. Because we talked about this is the final stage, guys. AI, AGI, and then we reach singularity. A singularity is the hypothetical moment when AI surpasses human intelligence. This is very big on why I wanted to talk about this. At this point, machines could improve themselves faster than humans can understand, potentially leading to rapid, unpredictable changes in society.
But how are they going to give you this universal high income? Right now, even the EBT cards that they use for people that use food stamps, it's already digitalized. Wow. So how are they going to catch everybody when there's no work?
I didn't even think of that. So if what Elon Musk is saying is true, that 90% unemployment will happen pretty soon, and there will be universal high income, that literally creates control.
Yep.
To buy or sell. That is the end times beast system. Oh my gosh.
And you know, Bill Gates is buying farmland everywhere. You're not going to be, I have cows in my ranch, I have chicken, I have fish. People need to be prepared, because if people don't have that mindset of preparedness, how many people watch their children starve to death?
Yeah.
They'll give you universal high income. How? Through a credit score system. They'll give you money, they'll tell you whether you can buy meat with it, and you can't take it. Right now, even like I say, EBT cards, food stamps, is no longer.
In some of China's largest cities, a high-tech effort is underway to bust low-level offenders, jaywalkers. Cameras record them going through intersections, zero in on their face, and then publicly shame them on nearby video screens. It's all part of the Chinese government's new social credit system, where people's daily behavior is monitored and rated. I think it's a good thing, this woman said. It makes people more honest. But this social credit rating goes far beyond a traditional credit score, which is based on your finances. China's version factors in everything from jaywalking to smoking on trains to buying too many video games. If your score gets too low, you can be banned from buying plane tickets, renting a house, or getting a loan. Nearly 15 million people have already been prevented from traveling. Journalist Leo Hu is one of them. He recently tried to book a flight but was told he couldn't because he was on the list of untrustworthy people. I can't buy property. My child can't go to private school, he says. You feel like you're being controlled by the list all the time.
It can recognize more than 4,000 vehicles.
Chinese technology firms such as SenseTime are helping the government effort by developing advanced cameras that use artificial intelligence to track just about everything.
This knows every person, every bike, every car, every bus that goes through the frame.
You can tell whether it is an adult, a child, a male or female.
Police in Beijing have been wearing these glasses that can recognize faces linked to the government's national database to help boost arrests.
How advanced is this technology?
This is cutting edge.
Wu Fei is CEO of a company that makes the glasses. He claims he doesn't know how the government intends to use his technology.
I have no idea.
Really?
Yes.
Do you trust the government the way they're using your technology?
Sorry, I can't answer this.
You can't answer that.
This is outside our scope of questions.
The fear, of course, is that the government may use this social credit scoring system to punish people that it deems not sufficiently loyal to the Communist Party. And trying to clear your name or fight your score is nearly impossible because there is no real due process.
Do you even know that even this peace plan that they are putting together, to reconstruct Gaza is 3.5 years? So there's so much that is happening prophetically that is right in front of us, but the church is still busy catching their breakthrough, moving to their next level. And I'm here to say, wake up. We need to wake up, know the truth. Not because I'm scared, but because you need to be prepared. Because what happens between now and when the Lord Jesus comes for us? By the end of Revelation 13, the devil has decided everybody must take a mark. You can't buy or sell. Things are getting hard. Things are getting stressed out. The Bible says in Matthew 24, verse 22, if these days are not shortened, no flesh would survive. But God, because of the elect, because of God's mercy upon us, He will shorten this day. So be prepared, not scared.